Hey YouTube. So today, get you tilted up a little bit. See me and my messy hair. I got bedhead. I can't get my hair to lay down today. Too short. I guess I could do it with some mousse or something, but yeah. Take my showers at night, so I end up that way a lot. So, talk about what I carry on my bike for emergencies. It's Sunday cleanup day, so I'm just wiping stuff off, getting some of the grease off of it. I was going to pull the crank arm, but you know, the part tool I have for this doesn't seem to want to work. And I'm going to have to do some research and see if Bosch uses some kind of pet special crank arm remover. I know I have two of them, and neither one of them seem to want to work. I could just ask the local dealer if they use what they use. Yeah, they know me pretty well. They'll tell me if I ask them. Not like, I guess sometimes they don't like giving out that information, but so I got most of the grease off. So first, I can't even tell if you can see me. Well, we'll give you a wider picture. So first, I have this Crank Brothers multi-tool. It has all the Allen wrenches sizes that you need to do anything on your bike. Plus it has a Torx, a flathead, and a Phillips, and a chain breaker. And it's about 30 bucks if I remember right. It's a good quality tool. You're not going to mess it up. I have a inner tube that fits this bike. This is to 45C. This is actually a Trek part. It is carries some bug spray. I got some full finger gloves in here, but actually those are for wintertime use, and I've been carrying them around for this whole time. So I don't know what that is. I have this is the lock for the bag to get it off the bike. So I have bugs, leave me alone. I've got the bag carrier, old receipt. See if there's anything that disappeared underneath the bag somewhere, because I did have three of these. No, I got one over here, so we'll pick this one up. These are slime tire levers. I could have swore there was three in here, but it doesn't look like there's three in here. Nope. I have grease lightning chain lube for when you forget to do it at home. And let's put this. I don't need the bug spray lately. Just ain't stopping anymore. So I got the strap to carry the bag in case I have to take my bag into the store. So I have two tire irons, a spare tube. Don't need any tools to take the wheels off this bike. It quite literally has quick releases, so I can just take them off. And then I carry a protein bar. You never know. And they don't spoil if they're out in the sun. I'm wondering if my other tire iron is in one of these gloves that I just threw out of the bikes, but it isn't. Maybe I only had two. So I have the multi-tool. Everybody should carry one of those. Put that in the side bag. And then I have a pump. Well, that's not, that's the pannier. This is a pannier set, a bag. I can take it to the store. This is a very expensive pump. And they darn box elder stink bugs. They're not even box elder bugs. So you have, you've got the tube for the pump isn't actually on there. It's actually, I remember right, I haven't used this pump once, but the tube for the pump goes like that, and this is a multi-use pump. It will fit Schrader and it will fit Presta. At least it's supposed to. What am I missing here? Well, anyway, this screws in to the end and it pumps up the pump. You can mount this to your water bottle. The rack is still on there. I never took it off because I wasn't sure how I was planning on using this. But I do believe I'm going to have to look at this. You might actually just screw this in the other way to screw it on. Yeah, you have to give me a minute. Amazon's here. She didn't even see me. I could have scared the crap out of her. So depending on how you are using this is how you screw it on. So it says Presta and Schrader. This bike has a Schrader. I don't happen to have any bikes right now that have the Presta valve. Road bikes typically are Presta valve. So it gets screwed in like this for Presta and like this for Schrader. So it's really one size fits all. So yeah, it would take a while to pump up a tire, but it'll get you home in an emergency. So it's one pup does everything. If I remember right, this was $50. It goes in the other pocket because I don't want rattles. And if you have these in the same pockets together, the metal pieces, you get rattles. So this bag is a Bontrager bag, and I don't know if I've ever showed you guys this, but here we'll take it off just to show you. you can't get this off without having the key. The key is showing its wear. It's a switchblade key. So if you have the key here, it goes back under the light, and there's a little slot. Oh, actually it goes under like this, and you have to shove it in. Do I got it in far enough? No. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. So the bag comes off, and it's a system that Trek uses. That you don't have to have the key to put it back on, but you do have to have the key to take it off. So it slides in like that, and it clicks down. This is strong enough connection, you could pick the bike up with it. So I don't have to worry about someone taking off with it, and I don't have to worry about the straps coming off of it like you do those Amazon bags. So now you can buy this rack system from Bontrager or Trek and mount it to any bicycle that has a place to mount it. Most bicycles, except for maybe some high-end stuff, have a spot on the back for it. And then I have my drink carrier up here on the front. And the only bad thing about this is if you use plastic water bottles, they vibrate in it, and eventually you start having problems with them coming out. But if you keep it cleaned out, it works really good, and it's pretty convenient for most people to use. But my problem with it is a lot of times I don't drink anything on the trail, so it's just it just sits there unused. But when you need it, you need it. So that's 1995, and that's also a Bontrager part. I'm just cleaning still a little bit, but that's about all I'm going to do. Now I got to clean my hands. So it's good to touch every part and make sure there isn't any loose parts on your bike every once in a while. There's very few non Allen screw parts on this bike. Almost everything could be adjusted with an Allen screw and with an Allen wrench. The seat, here's something that most people don't realize, is on a normal bike your seat height and your stem height are almost the same. And if you look at mine's pretty darn close. My stem is a little higher in my seat, but not by much. On this bike it's adjustable right here. I can adjust this back, forth. I could have it lean in that way if I wanted to. Yeah, then again have to adjust the steering bolts. And where another reason these bikes tend to be so expensive is if you look right here, there's a number there. It tells you how many Newton meters of force you need to use to tighten the bolts. Almost everywhere on the bike that has an Allen screw that needs to be checked has a Newton meter measurement on it. For the users, now the shops know what, like the crank isn't considered a user service part, so it's not on there. But these are considered user parts where the end user, would adjust. Same with up here on the stem, these grips. They are adjusted. Matter of fact, mine need adjusting. I see I have it kind of twisted. So the bike is in really excellent shape. There's only a few scratches on it. This paint just is not designed to be shiny, so let me grab let's leave that one in there. We'll just grab the regular one. So I use a regular set of Allens most of the time. So this is a set that you could buy at almost anywhere. So I believe it's this one. So these grips, instead of having a fancy old, have to have a bunch of tools to slide and take them off and do all that crap, all you need is an Allen wrench, and the cap is holding it on, so I'm not going to take it off. But I was looking the other day and noticed that it was not quite right. So yeah, if you take this end cap off after you loosen these two screws on these, come right off. You can buy these on eBay like this. Come right off, and there's no way for them to move. And at the end of this, it has a mark so you can line them up to wherever you want. Right on the end there, so you can make sure that they're both even. So, like I said, I was going to remove the crank arm, but it is what it is. I'm not sure the part crank arm puller should pull it, but it seems to be that it needs more force than I'm willing to put into it right now. So I'm going to do some research, make sure, call the dealer and see what they use to pull the crank arms. I might have to buy one just specifically for a mid-drive bike. Some of them, the Bosch systems, use a hollow bottom bracket that goes through the motor, and when you have that, then you have to have special tools to get them apart. So that's all I wanted to talk about. Screwed up my mirror today. That's a miracle. I think they Miracycle mirror. Buy those at the Trek dealer too. Most of the stuff that the Trek sells is designed for Trek specifically, but it'll work on any bike. I came out here to adjust my seat because I've been having problems of sliding down on the nose, and it should be tilted back enough that you keep your seat keeps you seated back here instead of up here. The only time you want the nose pointed down is if you're a triathlete or something where you want to be leaning way forward, and that helps you if you're on aero bars or something like stretched way out there. But for the average rider, they want it the nose of it pointed up a little bit, so they're sitting on the back of the deal. And if you needed to transfer weight to your hands, you could point it a little farther down if you really want that. But if your hands are going to sleep, there's two solutions to that. is you go to a bike dealer and say, hey, could you put me on one of your fit machines to see how the bike should be fitted to me? And they can do that. It's just like a stationary bike that has a bunch of measuring devices on it, and they can tell how long your pedal stroke is or how long your inseam is, so they can get your seat height right. They can give you those measurements. Most of the bike dealers offer when you buy a bike, but if they don't, then you would have to pay to have it done. Most of them aren't that unreasonable when it comes to price, so keep that in mind. I can give you some general measurements if you need them to get where you need to be generally, but generally your seat height should be about as high as your stem. When you look through your handlebars should obscure your front hub on your wheel. If it's obscuring it, it means your bike is fitted properly to you. If it's in front of the hub, you're too far forward, and if it's behind the hub, you're too close to your handlebars. So that's why they put these adjustable stems on there, so you can adjust them to get exactly where you need. Mine actually needs to be adjusted up a little higher, and I don't think that seat height is right. It's pretty close. I just can tell where my seat lands on my hip, whether it has to be higher or lower. And then if you're cleaning your bike and you're touching everything, you find missing, if you're missing anything off of it, or if it's loose, a lot of different things. Darn stink bugs. And then he comes back over here. He's a dead stink bug now. So that is the in and outs of that. And part of the reason I don't have a water bottle down here is because my feet go through there, and I don't need anything else to trip me up. So if they would have put it up here higher, it might have been okay, but you can't really put it much higher, because then you make it so that you can't adjust your seat very far down. So then you start having problems. So the bike's clean, it's ready for its next ride. Gonna go plug it back in, let it set. I don't go out until in the evening, just because of traffic in this area is so bad. So have a great day. Get out there and ride your bike. Hope your weather's like it is here. It's almost perfect bike riding weather. Have a great day.